Hi Pisces, welcome back. This is your extended reading for your Spirit's horoscope for the month of January 2022. So Pisces, we're going to look at the first card in your spread, which is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. So I'm going to pull 3 cards so we can get some further insight. What is going on with this energy regarding your month of January, Pisces? So Pisces, I feel like a lot of things have to do with a lot of the main point of why you're feeling that you have some sort of challenge regarding like self-love and self-appreciation and self-value, and feeling somewhat stuck in your healing process is definitely financial, okay? And it's almost as if there's some sort of stagnancy going on with the ebb and flow of your finances. And, you know, our financial health, our financial wealth, you know, is something that's very unavoidable in the practical. We have to all be able to, you know, manifest. Otherwise, we're going to have a hard time in this world. So there's something going on, definitely with your financial status that is become very stagnant, and the ebb and flow of it needs to be brought into some sort of balance in order to keep the resources coming in and keeping the manifestation regarding creating more resources for yourself alive, Pisces, okay? And this is going to really help your healing process within your health. I mean, this definitely has something to do with your physical body, and you know, people, they can pick up on this because, you know, they can read it on your face, they can read it on your body language, they can read it in your energy, Pisces. It's just something very natural that we humans have the ability to sense from others. So also Pisces, there's this feeling of restriction, Pisces, and you're going to really gain strength here, Pisces, when you're able to kind of figure some sort of resource imbalance going on within your life in order to kind of nip something financial in the butt, where you can open up this energy of receiving from the universe so that there's no stagnancy. And there's also some sort of energy that's limiting on your ability to almost bring in resources for your own individual purpose to create better self-care for you, Pisces, okay? So these are something that needs to be addressed. And Pisces, yes, I feel like everything that has to do with limitations and codependencies and restrictions is almost taxing on your physicality and your persona, the vibe that you give off, Pisces, is what the cards are telling me. So, and you know, this isn't to kind of put the focus on, you know, what other people, you know, think or their first impression. You know, that's on them. However, it would be beneficial to you, Pisces, to kind of really confront this limiting, restricting energy that is almost creating some sort of blockage regarding your ability to manifest the resources you need, so you don't always feel like you're in a lack, because it ultimately affects your physicality. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse here, it's affecting your ability to really embrace that self-care and that self-nurturing in order to feel as if you do have an abundance of love in your life, and you feel as if your cup really does runneth over, and you can attract that, okay? With not only with relationships, with the love of oneself and projecting that outward in order to create some more financial stability in your life and get this money flow unblocked so that you can bring in resources and you have some to be charitable with, so you can keep that whole ebb and flow and that dynamic of resources open. That's what the universe is sharing with you, Pisces, okay? So now we're going to move to the Eight of Swords in reverse. So let me get some cards. Spirit, what is this Eight of Swords in reverse for Pisces? Okay. So Pisces, yes, I'm feeling like, you know, within your root core, your own feeling of your sacred space, you just need to really stand firm in your integrity with being courageous to allow for anything in the past that wasn't meant for you to just kind of be released in order to create that sacred space that you always felt confident in. Because I feel like there was something that went in the past that kind of caused a lot of a stalemate kind of energy that made you feel as if you're almost like your ability to effortlessly tame the inner beast within you, to confidently find your groundedness and your ability to clearly think within your sacred space, Pisces, okay? Because I feel like for you, Pisces, you know, this Eight of Swords in reverse is kind of just giving off the vibration where your sacred space is important for you and you're opening up more and you want to be more confident in the way you effortlessly look at your emotional connections with outside energies and even energies within your own sacred space that you share with others, and you don't want to allow for any almost like any, I'm like sensing that there's some sort of elusive energy around your sacred space that you're not really clear about, that you want to that you're not even really focused on, because what I'm seeing in the clarifiers is that you have the confidence and courage when you just let go of any idea of some sort of stalemate energy that lingers around your own sacred space, Pisces, you know, and you always had this inner courage and confidence effortlessly, but you felt as if your, you know, with the Eight of Swords in reverse, your sacred space was kind of violated, so that it made you have some sort of like stalemate energy come in, and it almost was tainting. But Spirit wants you to know, Pisces, that you still have that effortless courage and confidence here, you know, by just realizing that, you know, there was no sense to fixate on something that wasn't even rightfully yours, And just know that your sacred space here is protected and guarded, and it is still sacred, and it's yours, Pisces. And it's by knowing that, it's allowing you to kind of drop the guard, Pisces, and allowing for more energy regarding inner strength to come in and help keep you strong through this process that you're going through right now, Pisces. Okay? Where you're feeling as if you're coming out of being blindfolded and just uncertain in your mind subconsciously of whether you are it's almost like whether you are I'm hearing whether you're comfortable in your sacred space or not, because there was some sort of uncomfortability here that was created, but it's like lessening, and it's definitely something that is being released, Pisces. And then also with the Eight of Swords in reverse, there is going to there's going to be some sort of financial balance gained too from allowing yourself to feel confident and effortlessly strong in the way you come back to your sacred space to recharge. Okay, Pisces? Because I feel like you're going to understand whatever this energy that is kind of creating some sort of illusionary sense of you need this, whatever this is, and if you can't see it, or if you don't have it, then you're going to have some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of like lack of just how to intuitively understand where your financial stability lies, Pisces. And I feel like this is only gonna, come to you in time, Pisces. So I think that's what this Eight of Swords in reverse is really touching upon, is just allowing yourself to be comfortable in your sacred space and kind of relying back on that inner confidence that you effortlessly showcase when you're in your element and comfortable. And it's going to ultimately turn things around for you financially, and whatever was kind of thought about in the past that could have been like presented, as something in the past that kind of made you feel as if you were binded, or you were mentally confused or constricted mentally, where you weren't able to kind of think outside the box. This is what the energy here in tarot is expressing to me is you still have that inner strength and that courage, and only through a bit more time are things going to really come back into balance for you financially, and you're not going to feel as if things are up and down financially and throwing you off your mental clarity. Okay, so now let's move to the Three of Wands in the reverse, Pisces. Okay, so the Three of Wands in the reverse, we have the Page of Swords here. So I feel like for you, Pisces, that there's a little bit of chatter going on regarding past expectations of how you connect one-on-one with outside energies. Okay, there's a little chatter going on, and there's this sense of, I feel like there's some energy outside of yourself that's still interested in kind of sharing ideas and almost a sense of needing to, I feel like if you are connected with others, and this has something to do with not groups of people, but just like one-on-one connections with others. And you could have a lot of different one-on-one connections. It doesn't have to just be one connection. It could be a lot of different one-on-one connections, Pisces. And Pisces, you know, you're the sign that you enjoy your, you know, one-on-one quality time without any other, you know, group thing where, you know, you got to raise your hand and you have to kind of work off everyone's energy. It just feels more comforting for you to kind of communicate and interact with the one-on-one connections, because it's more heartfelt and you don't have everyone else's energy kind of just penetrating through your being. Okay, and you don't have to just feel like you have to kind of compete for someone's attention or to get your point across or add to a conversation or subtract, whatever. I feel that there's some sort of some sort of interest and chatter going on with your one-on-one connections that want to kind of share different ideas of something that may be just insightful and fruitful in regards to just expecting some new ideas and insights, something that can ignite some sort of like happiness and some sort of like fulfillment regarding passions and desires, and something that can ultimately create some sort of better understanding spiritually.